And before we go any further, I just want to introduce all of you to one of the best parts about working at the Cognitive Empowerment Program, which is the people that work here. And Ayotoni is a big part of that. He has been with the program, gosh, I think we've been around almost 4 years now, Ayotoni, if I'm not mistaken. And Ayotoni is a health educator here at the Charlie and Harriet Schaffer Cognitive Empowerment Program. His background is in exercise science, and he has a clinical concentration that is really sort of influenced by a lot of the motor assessments that you may be familiar with in clinic that test things like balance and things like that. I-20 really specializes in giving those assessments and knowing the scores and tracking that data for our program. But he also has a big interest in leading these classes and making them fun, and then also adding in some cognitive challenges along the way, which we call dual tasking at the Cognitive Empowerment Program. So he is our lead of the physical activity team. And outside of working here with us, he also has a beautiful family and some beautiful sons. And so we're so excited to welcome him back this week for one of our workouts. We're going to record it and post it to YouTube if you like it. And if you have any questions along the way or even after today's topic, feel free to give us an email here at empowerment@emory.edu to get in touch with us. So, Ayatoni, it's so good to see you this week. I'm so excited to have you with us. And this is something that we really encourage a lot at CEP is workouts. Can you tell us a little bit about why? And one of the things I'll say is that the workouts are the first thing that people want to skip at CEP. So give us a little bit of that why. Why is it important, especially for those who may be a little bit adverse to working out or may be a little bit hesitant to getting involved in something like this?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Megan. Awesome, great introduction, first of all. I appreciate that. So, physical activity, everybody knows physical activity is great for your body, great for your heart. Research is now finally showing more and more that research is actually really supporting exercise for cognitive health. All right. So, the American College of Sports Medicine and the CDC both suggest 150 minutes of moderate level physical activity per week. This really will be the number one thing you can do to slow your cognitive decline across the board. And, again, everything we do here is evidence based. So that's not just hearsay, that's fact. Okay. So that's why we give this to you the first thing in the morning when you arrive here at CEP. It's part of that package of our research. So we do that cognitive training, we do our physical activities. All right. So we provide you with about 55 minutes of exercise every time you come to our center. And we allow you to really move your body. And I like to joke around and say we're different a little bit than going to your local gym because we're really infusing that dual tasking or those cognitive movements or those cognitive exercises at the same time as you're doing your physical movements. So a little bit different than going to your normal gym, but it's all supported by evidence. And that's why we like to do it here. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. So I'm not only going to be talking to you guys, we're actually going to get a nice workout too. So again, thank you so much, Megan. Before we get into our workout, again, like Megan said, please feel free and leave any questions, concerns, comments in our chat below. Use that Q&A function, use the comment function. Anything you would like to say, any tips, how we can do better? Did it go well? Did it go not so well? Definitely feedback to us is useful so we can provide you guys with the best content that's applicable to you. So thank you so much. All right, so what we're gonna do before we actually get started with our workout, I'm gonna point out a couple things, all right? So our workout today is supposed to be accessible to all levels. All of my workouts, all of our workouts here at CEP are accessible to all levels of fitness, all right? One thing you'll notice is I have my chair here in a nice open space. Those are the only two things you will need. So you won't need any equipment but yourself, a nice non-rolling chair, and some open space so you can move around and not collide into anything. All right. Another thing is I have some nice grippy shoes on. If you're in your house, you may not have shoes, but just be aware that you're not on a slippery surface or anywhere that may cause you to fall or injure yourself. Again, that nice open area will allow you to be free and to move freely as you do these exercises. Our exercises today will be done in both a seated and a standing option. All right. I'll always provide both options. Like I said, I want this exercise to be accessible to you. All right. And for you, you may be feeling, at your tip top shape today. You may be feeling a little tired today. And hey, maybe even throughout the workout, things may change. My key for you today is listen to how your body feels. All right. If you feel like starting seated, please be my guest. Go ahead and have a seat. If you feel like standing up, same thing. Please go ahead and join. And any point in time, if you need a break, take a break, grab some water. I have my water right here to my side, out of my way, and jump back in whenever you're ready. All right. So today, what we're going to be doing, like we said, heart pumping aerobic exercise. We're going to be moving our body, upper body and lower body. And we'll all start seated, right? We'll gradually make our way to standing. If you prefer to stand, please feel free. We're going to start with a nice in-depth warm-up from our head to our toes, but starting at the neck. With the neck, we're just going to slowly look upwards, and we're going to slowly look downwards. Just doing this several times, allowing our body to get ready for our exercise. And I'll be doing some talking as we do these different movements. For starters, the reason why we're doing these movements, we like to call these dynamic stretches or dynamic movements, instead of something like a static stretch where you're holding one position for several seconds. Dynamic movements are very important because they get your body ready for the exercise or the action that you're about to do. All right, let's pause going up and down, and then we're going to look left and right. So I'm looking to left, and then I'm looking to the right. All right. And just to note, I'm going to mirror you guys. So I'll say the direction that you should move, and we'll follow along that way. So again, nice and easy. And if I'm moving too fast, please feel free to move at your own pace. Looking over, again, nice and easy. You don't want to jerk your neck or hurt your neck. We're just warming up the different muscles. So we were talking about the dynamic stretches versus static stretches. So again, with this movement, I'm getting my neck that good range of motion so I can look all around and make sure my neck can move as our body moves through these different exercises today. All right, let's come back to center. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to bring ear to shoulder. So bring your ear to your left shoulder. Then coming back, and again, bring ear to your right shoulder. Again, be gentle to your neck as you do these movements, as you go side to side. I hope you all are doing well today, having a wonderful day. Here in Atlanta, it's been up and down temperature-wise, but today is a nice day. We'll get a nice workout. Thank you so much for joining. I get to exercise with you guys, so I am happy to join and to be here. All right, let's pause in the center. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to move to our shoulders. All right. Again, this can be done seated or standing. For now, I'm going to do all these seated. We're going to do some shoulder shrugs, but watch first. So for our shoulder shrugs, I'm going to shrug up, and I'm going to gradually, slowly bring my shoulders back down. So you can join me. We're going to shrug up and slowly bring shoulders down. So now as I shrug up, you guys are shrugging and bring your shoulders down. I want you to breathe in as you shrug up and breathe out and let the shoulders release. Keep it going. Shrug and release. Very good. Again. Release. Very good. Periodically through our exercise, I'll be giving reminders to breathe, because it's interesting. As we exercise, sometimes we want to tense up and hold our breath as we do certain movements. So I'll be reminding us, always breathe, always breathe. One more deep breath in and breathe out. Very good. Shake your arms out, shake your legs out. Very good, very good. All right, so at this point, I'll transition to standing up. But again, remember, seated or standing, completely up to you. Let me just show you what we're gonna do. So standing up, we're gonna do something I call arm cross. So we're just crossing our arms over and under, allowing our shoulders to warm up here. We're seated, we're doing that same movement, just crossing our arms. Again, we're not holding our breath, we're breathing as we do this movement. So, if you've been to our exercise sessions before, there's a fun game that we like to play. And if this is your first time, let me explain that game to you as we shake our arms out. So, what we like to do, a little bit of dual tasking, a little bit of a memory game here. Keep shaking the arms out a little bit. I'm going to give you 3 words, all right? 3 words. I want you to see if you can remember those 3 words that I'm going to tell you at some point during the workout and see if you can remember it at the end. You'll put the words down in the chat, all right? So listen out for those words. As we move to our next movement, we're just doing some arm swings, like we're marching, but only swinging our arms. We're marching. Very good. Remember, this is just a warm up. We're just getting started. It's going to get more interesting. Again, making sure I'm breathing. Very good. Swinging your arms. Again, if I'm standing in place, but I'm just swinging my arms. And my arm swing might look slightly different than your arm swing. That's okay. The key is I'm just allowing my arm to move through its natural range of motion. One of our sayings here in any of our exercises is no pain, no pain. All right. So it's not no pain, no gain. All right. We just want to listen to our body. And if something hurts, we want to stop doing it. All right. Very good. Couple more seconds of this. 2, 1. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. So again, I'm going to go stand this time. What we're going to do some arm curls. All right. I'm going to pretend like I have some heavy weights for the arm curl. Let me turn to the side so you can see. So I have my heavy weights in my hands. And I'm going to curl and come back. Every time I curl, I really want to squeeze the biceps as you curl. So you're really pumping, like you're lifting heavy weights. All right. If you're seated, we're doing that same thing, curling and coming back. Curling, coming back. There we go. Curl, really squeeze, really contract your muscles every time. Curl and come back down. A few more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, very good. Shake it out, shake it out. Another little tip we're going to do, or that I'll give you, is something that we call active rest. So active rest, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be moving in between our exercise. So instead of just resting and staying still, we're going to be active. So for our active rest, we'll be marching in place. All right, so let's try this first round of active rest here as we march in place. Give ourselves about 15 seconds or so. And as we're marching in place, get ready, you guys. The 3 words today are bumblebee, yellow, envelope. All right, see if you can remember that at the end. You'll put it in the chat at the end. Wait to the end, don't do it yet. All right, in 3, 2, 1. All right, very good. Next thing we're gonna do, one arm is gonna be on, or one hand is gonna be on the hip, the other arm is gonna go up and over. All right, if your shoulder's feeling a little tight, going up and over, if it's a little painful, you could come up and across instead. All right, so over or across, it's up to you, over or across. If you're standing, you're doing that same movement, over and back. We're gonna switch sides here in 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch. Again, just as a reminder, if your shoulder's feeling a little tight or any soreness, you could come across instead. A bit easier on the shoulder than going up overhead. And 3, 2, And one. Very good. Shake it out. Shake it out. Next thing we're going to do is going to be an oblique twist. So obliques are the muscles on the side of our abs that help us twist side to side. We're going to do an oblique twist. If you are standing, all right, I want you to pretend like you have a heavy object in your hands that you're trying to move from one side of your body to the other side of your body. If you're seated, we're doing that same thing. We're moving from one side of our body to the other side. All the while you're keeping your abs nice and tight. So you're squeezing your abs. All right, let's go. Side to side oblique twist. Make sure you're breathing. Don't hold your breath for any of these movements. You want to allow yourself to breathe naturally through the exercise. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, very good. Shake it out. Shake it out. Next thing we're going to do some arm circles. So we'll start with small circles. We'll go forward first. All right. So nice small forward arm circles. Again, if you're standing, we're doing that same movement, seated or standing, up to you. In a couple seconds here, we're going to go backwards in 3, 2, 1. All right, backwards, small arm circles, nice and easy. And 3, 2, 1. Shake the arms out. Next thing we're going to do is a little bit bigger. All right. So like a medium arm circle. Ready? We're going forward again. Forward. And 3, 2, 1. And backward. A little bit bigger than last time. 2, 1. Shake it out again. Shake it out. You should feel your shoulders really warming up. To some of you, they might be saying, hello, what are you guys doing? Because that's what it's doing to me. It's like, hey, we're doing a lot here. We got one more arm circle forward. This time, really big arm circles forward, all right? There you go, nice and slow. You don't want to go too fast during this movement. And last one, and we're going to switch directions. And 3, 2, and this is the last one. Very good. Shake it out, shake it out. Great job, you guys. Let's move a little bit more focus on the lower body now. So shake out the legs. And again, let's march in place. We're marching whether we're seated or standing. Marching in place. And what we're going to do, we're going to do a couple different movements. I'll show the different seated and standing variations, all right? So what I'm going to start with first is going to be we'll just call it a leg raise, all right? Forward leg raise. So let's pause the marching in place. We're going to be alternating leg right here, just pushing and lifting that foot up in front of us. All right. Now, if you're standing, you can hold onto a wall, hold onto your chair, all right? And you're doing a similar movement, just like a kick forward, all right? So standing or seated, up to you. If you're standing, you're working a little bit more on your balance. Switching to my seated, let's do a couple more of these. 2, and 1, all right, very good. Next thing we're going to do is an exercise or a warm-up called a box lift. So we're going to pretend like we have a big box that we have to move from a lower place or a lower shelf, imaginary, to a higher shelf, all right? So I have my big box right here. If I'm seated, I'm going to lean forward, and I'm going to put that box up on the shelf, box lift, all right? I'll turn to the side so you can see I'm leaning forward, and then I'm putting that box up on the shelf. If I'm standing, I'm going to bend down with good form, and then I'm going to pick that box up and put it on that shelf, all right? So this is called our box lift here. It's like a squat and an overhead arm movement together. All right, let's do some box lifts. Ready? We'll do about 8 of these. Ready? Seated or standing, up to you, and down. And lift. 2. Lift. 3. lift, 4, and lift, 5, lift, 6, lift, last 2, 7, lift, and last one, 8, and lift. Very good. Shake out the arms, drop the box. Ready? Very good. We're gonna march in place, seated or standing march in place, up to you. Again, please feel free, grab some water, rehydrate anytime you need it, and jump back in when you're ready. How we doing, guys? Hopefully thumbs up. Remember, please feel free to adjust and listen to your body. If we're moving too fast, slow it down. Listen to how you're feeling. If we're not moving fast enough, speed it up, all right? So listen to how your body feels as we work out together today. A couple more warm-up movements, and then we'll jump into our big aerobic section here, all right? So shake it out, shake it out. Next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you guys a side leg swing, all right? So again, if you're standing, you can use a wall, or if you have like a countertop that's nice and stable, you can have hands on the countertop or that non-rolling chair. We're gonna do something called a side leg swing. So I'm starting here, I have my left leg, and it's going to be swinging in front of me side to side. If I'm seated, I'm doing a similar movement. I am swinging side to side. Hold on to that chair just so you're anchored in as you swing side to side. All right, let's do several of these side leg swings on the left leg. And 3 more, 2, and 1. All right, on that same leg, all right, if you're standing in front of a chair, slide slightly to the side of the chair so that you can swing that same leg forward and back. All right. If you're seated, I want you to focus on bringing the knee up. Nice, easy knee up. It doesn't have to go as high as mine. Okay. Easy knee up. We're just allowing that hip to warm up. All right. A couple more of those. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Back to side leg swing now with the other leg. So right leg is going side to side. There we go. Keep it going. Let me demonstrate the seated one again. Side to side leg swing. 3, 2, and 1. And that right side is going up. All right. If you're standing, you're doing that forward leg swing. Again, I'm not going too high. Nice and easy leg swing here. I'm just allowing myself to really warm up the hips. Okay. Very good. Shake it out, you guys. Last warm-up movement we're going to do is going to be a heel raise or a calf raise. So if we're seated, I'm just going to come up onto my toes, hold that for about a second, and come back down. If I'm standing, I'm doing that same movement. Again, you can use that wall, that countertop, or that non-rolling chair if you need it for support. We're just going to do several calf raises here, allowing the calf and the lower leg muscles to really activate, to really warm up here. You can challenge your balance, have your hands on your hips to challenge your balance a little bit. Let's do 3 more. 2, and 1. All right, very good, you guys. Step 1 complete, warm up done. Let's get to business, right? So we're gonna do some aerobic movements here. We're gonna do some walking in place intervals. All right, again, that can be done seated or standing. And we're gonna do some low intensity, high intensity alternations, or some people call it high intensity interval training. So we're going to be switching from low to high, and I'll kind of give you the cue, go faster, slow it down. So just follow along with me. But always, like I said before, listen to your body. If you would like to, you can also just maintain a lower speed or a comfortable speed for you. All right. You don't have to match my speed. All right. So if I'm seated, we're going to be doing a marching in place. All right. We'll do 15 seconds. We'll call it at a comfortable pace. Then we're going to do 15 seconds at a higher intensity. All right. So you guys get ready. Take your sips of water if you need it. And we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. 15 seconds, comfortable pace. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. High intensity. Let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back to low, comfortable pace. Remember, you can do this seated or standing. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And high intensity. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back to low, comfortable pace. We're going to do one more high intensity and we're done. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last high intensity. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Let's keep walking just to gradually come back. Great job, you guys. Feel free to grab some water, rehydrate. And as we're just kind of doing a little cool down here, I'll do a little bit more talking about why exercise, why we do exercise. First of all, exercise, right, is specific. Okay, physical activity is more general. So anything where we're moving our body is physical activity. Right now, we're doing specific exercises. So we're doing some aerobic movements. We did a lot of those arm movements, those squat movements, leg raises. So exercise is specific physical activity. Remember, CDC and ACSM suggests 150 minutes of physical activity. So physical activity is a broader umbrella. What I like to tell our members here is physical activity is everything from walking your dog, garden, yard work, anything your imagination can come up with can be physical activity, all right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be lifting weights, so you can broaden your scope of what physical activity means, which allows you to get that 150-minute target per week. And that 150 minutes, you should break it up throughout the week. So it's a little bit better if you go for something like 30 minutes per day, about 5 days a week. And it's also important to note that you don't have to go a whole 30-minute stretch while you're doing that activity. It could be little bouts of 10 or 5 minutes. And trust me, it builds up as you go on walks, as your endurance builds up, and you really can get that 150 minutes just like that. Just got to think a little bit outside of the box. Make it fun for you, all right? Very good. Shake it out, shake it out. We're going to do something called a modified jumping jack now. Let me show you guys that. Seated first. The modified jumping jack, we're going to start with feet together, arms closed, arms resting on your legs, all right? We're going to step out with one leg with both arms coming up, step back, step out, other leg coming out, and come back. All right, so that's a modified jumping jack seated. If you're standing, you're doing the same thing. You're stepping out, coming back, out, and back. All right, so we're gonna do same thing. We're gonna do modified jumping jacks. Instead of doing high intensity, low intensity, we're just gonna do about 30 seconds of these modified jumping jacks. Then we're gonna do 15 seconds of marching, then another 30 seconds of modified jumping jacks, all right? Remember, always listen to your body. Take a break whenever you need it. All right, ready? We're gonna do our 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Modified jumping jacks at your own pace. Let's do it. Watch out for chairs or anything around you as you step. We're halfway there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And marching in place, 15 seconds marching. Then we're going to do another modified jumping jacks. All right, ready, back to modified jumping jacks and go. We're halfway there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Shake out the arms. Let's march in place for our active rest. Feel free to grab some water and rehydrate. Good job, you guys. Keep it up. Again, making sure you're breathing. And together, we can actually do a quick check, what we call a body scan. So you can see, how am I feeling in this moment? Do I feel a little more tired than I was when I first started the exercise? Temperature-wise, do I feel warmer? Heart rate, is my heart rate increased? So doing these kind of body scans kind of allows you to see where your body is, all right? To kind of see or think about how you're feeling as you do this exercise. A couple more seconds, marching in place, doing a nice, good cool down. And 3, 2, and 1. All right, very good. Got a couple muscle strengthening exercises, but before we get into the exercise, remember, grab some water, rehydrate. So in addition to the 150 minutes per week of physical activity, another suggestion by both ACSM and CDC is some muscle building or strength building exercises. All right, so this could be weightlifting, something where you're working against a resistance twice a week. All right, so what we're doing now, let's say we did some squats. All right, we're working against our resistance. Our body, gravity is the resistance that we're working against. So doing these type of exercises twice a week, in addition to those 150 minutes of physical activity per week, is what the ACSM and CDC recommend, and what is shown to help slow cognitive decline. All right, so the number one thing you can do is to exercise, physical activity. All right, so we're gonna get a little bit of that resistance training here. We're gonna go back to those seated oblique twists, all right? And what we're gonna do slightly differently, we're going to twist, twist, and then switch directions here. So we're kind of remembering, all right, what direction did we do? And we switch every time. All right, so we can follow along together. Remember, if I'm going too fast, feel free to slow down and move at your own pace. Ready? I have my arms up, just ready to twist in 3, 2, 1, and twist, twist, switch sides, twist, twist. Very good. Twist, twist, switch sides, twist, twist. That's 2. We're doing 6. Twist, twist, switch sides, twist, 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 switch sides, twist, twist. Very good. 3, twist, twist, switch sides, twist, 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 switch sides, twist, twist. Very good, you guys. Shake it out, shake it out. Marching in place, whether you're seated or if you're standing. Marching in place, nice active rest. Give ourselves about 20 more seconds. Remember, always grab that water and rehydrate whenever you need it. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. We're going to alternate. So we did upper body. We did kind of our oblique twist here. We're going to now switch to our lower body. So we're going to do a leg extension hold. So let me show you what that looks like. I'll turn to the side a little bit. We're going to start and extend the leg and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back down. Then we'll switch sides and extend. So 5 is the target. Remember, listen to your body. If it's going to be 3 this time, it's going to be 3 this time, right? You got to listen to what your body is feeling, all right? But we're going for 5, so let's give it our best. In 3, 2, 1, extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Switch sides. Extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. We're back to the other side. Ready? Extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice I'm holding onto my chair to support myself. Switch sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have one more each leg. Ready? Extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're marching in place. Remember, always getting that active rest. Great job, you guys. We're keeping it going. We'll go back to upper body now. After our active rest, a couple more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. So for our next exercise, we're going to do a chest fly. So we're going to start, have arms out in like a goalpost position. And we're going to be bringing arms together and back out. All right, so we're doing a chest fly. This can be done seated. We can all be seated for this one. If you prefer to stand, please feel free. You can stand. All right, you're doing that same movement. This movement is focused on the upper body. Ready? So arms up. We're going to be doing 2 sets of 8 chest flies. Before we start, make sure every time you bring your arms together, you're kind of pretending you're squeezing maybe a watermelon and trying to really crush that watermelon between your arms as you squeeze and come back. All right. So we're doing 8 of these in 3, 2, 1, and squeeze and come back. 2 and back. 3 and back. 4 and back. 5 and back. 6 and back. 2 more. 7 and back. And 8 and back, and rest your arms. Very good. And we're marching in place. And we got one more set of chest flies to go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake out the arms. Get back into position. So arms should be up. And we're doing our chest flies in 3, 2, 1. And squeeze and back. 2 and back. 3 and back. 4 and back. 5 back. 6 back. 7 and back. And last one. 8 and back, and release and shake out the arms. And let's actually do a little arm cross together. Arm cross. Very good. And shake out the arms. Great job, you guys. We're switching again. So always alternating upper and lower body, just so one doesn't get more tired than the other. All right, so back to lower body. All right, what we're gonna do is a side leg lift. So let me show you guys this. So if I'm standing for this one, very similar to our side leg swing, we're focusing though on only one movement. Okay, so just that upwards movement. We're not coming across like the side leg swing. We're focusing only on that one movement. All right, so bringing the leg out and back in, nice and controlled this time. If we're seated, the leg is coming out and back in, out and back in, keeping that leg up as much as I can throughout the exercise. We're gonna, again, do 2 sets of 8 for this exercise, seated or standing, it's up to you. I'm gonna start seated and do my next set standing. Feel free to do any combination. But we're doing 2 sets of 8 in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Out and in. 2 and in. 3 in. 4 in. 5 in. 6 in. 7 in. And 8 and in. Whew. That's tough. You feel that. You feel that in your quad. All right, we're going to switch to the other leg. We're doing the same thing. All right. In 3, 2, 1, and out and in. 2, in. 3, in. 4, in. 5, in. 6, in. 7, in. And last one, 8, and in. Woo. Okay, that is a good one. Great job, you guys. Shake it out, shake it out. We're marching in place, seated or standing. Remember, grab that water, rehydrate. And one thing to know is sometimes we can't tell we're thirsty. So even before you feel like, okay, I'm really thirsty, go ahead and grab that drink and rehydrate. We'll be right here. We're not going anywhere. All right, good job, you guys. We're going to do one more set. All right, this time we're going to move a little bit quicker. And by quicker, I'll show you what I mean. We're not going to rapidly go through it. But if I'm standing this time, instead of going slowly out and in, I just want you to come out and kind of like pulse your leg out. All right. Pulsing your leg out. This time we're not doing a certain number. We're just going to go for time. We're going to go for 30 seconds of pulsing that leg out, whether you're seated or you're standing. And remember, you can rest that foot down if you need it. Just pulsing that leg out. All right, so I'm standing, I'm doing side leg lift, but pulsing it nice and easy, but a little bit quicker. In 3, 2, 1. All right, 30 seconds. Nice and easy. 20 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Other side, last time. All right, so same thing, nice easy pulse. You don't have to go as high as I am. The key is just doing that repetitive motion. All right, 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1, go. 30 seconds. Twenty more seconds. We're almost there. Remember, move at your own pace. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Shake out the legs. You should feel all the side of your leg, maybe a little bit of your glutes. Let's march in place. Remember to rehydrate. Let's see how many times I can say that before our workout is done. Because it's important. You got to stay hydrated, you guys. 10 more seconds, marching in place. And then we're actually going to do a different version of marching in place for our next exercise. All right. And 3, 2, 1. All right. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. So we're going to do something I call a single leg march. I'll show you standing and seated. So if I'm standing, single leg march, we're going to focus first on the left leg, and we're just marching one leg at a time. Okay. So we're doing one leg at a time. If I'm seated, I'm doing that same thing. I'm doing one leg at a time, making sure I'm swinging both arms, but only moving one leg. All right. So seated or standing, completely up to you. Ready? We're going to do about 10. Then we're going to switch to the other legs, do another 10. That's one set. We're going to do 2 sets. And 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's switch sides. Ready and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Shake it out. Let's do a regular march in place, whether you're seated or standing. So that's one set down, one set to go for our single leg march. I'm going to do my next set seated. Feel free, you can remain standing or you can switch. You can be seated. Listen to how you feel. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Moving that left leg first. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. We're doing 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's switch sides. Ready and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Shake out the legs. Shake out the legs. Shake out the arms. Very good. Very good. We did it. We got through that. How are we doing? How are we feeling? We have one more good exercise to go. We'll do a cool down and we'll wrap up soon, shortly after that, okay? So shake it out. Let's march in place nice and easy. So just now we kind of focus on lower body again. This time we're gonna kind of build upon that last movement that we just did, all right? We're gonna do a little bit of motor dual tasking, meaning we're gonna do 2 kind of different movements at the same time. And I'll show you that here in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, very good. So what we're gonna be doing a single arm, single leg extension, all right? Let me show you that. If I'm standing, I have that chair or that wall nearby me, and I'm gonna start with my left leg, right arm, and I'm actually gonna start together, all right? What I mean by together is I'm bringing knee to elbow, I'm bringing elbow to knee, either one, and then I'm extending, all right? So the wall is nearby me in case I need to grab that, or the chair is nearby me in case I need to grab that. So if I'm seated, that movement looks very similar. So I'm bringing knee to elbow and then extending. Knee to elbow, extending. This exercise, we're gonna focus on that one side or those 2 opposite sides before switching to the other 2 sides, all right? So seated or standing, up to you. Again, we're doing seated leg. We're doing a leg and arm extension. I'm starting with elbow to knee, and we're extending. And we're going to do 8 of these before switching to the other side. All right. So seating or standing, up to you. Ready? Knee to elbow in 3, 2, 1, go. Extend and back. 2 and back. 3 and back. Remember that chair or that wall is there if you need it. 5 and back. 6 and back. Let's do 2 more. 7 and back. And 8 and back. Very good. Remember, if that wall is nearby you, you can grab it as a support to help your balance. If you want to challenge yourself, you can float your hand away from that wall or from that chair. All right. So let's switch sides now. So we're going right leg, left arm, knee to elbow, and 3, 2, 1. Extend and back. 2 and back. 3 and back. That chair's by you. 4 and back, just in case you need it. 5 and back. 6 and back. Last 2. 7 and back. Last 1. 8 and back. Very good. Shake it out. Ooh. That's a tough exercise right there, but guess what? We did it. Good job, you guys. Shake it out. Let's march in place. I hope you guys are doing well. We got through it. We got through a lot of exercises. We're going to do a nice, good cool down. But before we cool down, get ready. I'm going to ask you in a second, what were those 3 words? Get ready. You're going to type it in the chat. And as we transition to our cool down, all right? Type those 3 words, and I'll say what it is after we finish our 3. We'll do a couple more next 3 cool down movements, all right? All right, shake the arms out, shake the arms out. First thing we're gonna do, seated or standing, you're gonna bring your left arm across your body, and you're just gonna hug that arm in close to you, getting a nice good shoulder stretch. If I'm seated, I'm doing that same movement, all right? This time we're doing static stretches for our cool down. meaning we're holding that stretch. Very good. A couple more seconds. 2, 1. We're going to switch sides. Remember to type those words in the chat if you remember. Even if you don't, keep going. 1, 1. Very good. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Next thing we're going to do an interesting arm stretch here. Sometimes the biceps and forearms don't get a lot of attention. So what we're going to do, I'm taking my left arm, turning so my palm faces the ceiling, and I'm just gradually bringing my fingers back. I'll turn to the side so you can see my arm here is nice and straight, so I can get a nice good stretch in that forearm, even all the way up to your bicep. Keep it going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. So other arm, palm facing the ceiling. Gradually pull your fingers back. All right. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right, let's do some leg stretches. So for the leg stretches here, if I'm standing, I'm going to step forward, left foot forward, have my toes slightly pointed upwards, and other hand could be on a chair, but you're going to just gradually stretch and reach towards your toes. Everybody's going to have slightly different flexibility. If I'm seated, I'm doing that same movement. So extending my leg, and I'm stretching and reaching towards my toes. Hold that a couple more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're coming back. We're switching. And we're reaching. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back. All right. And last but not least, let's take a couple deep breaths together. Deep breath in. Float your arms up. And release. 2 more deep breaths. This is 1 deep breath in. Breathing in through my mouth. And last 1 deep breath in. And with that, you guys, we did it. But before you go, those 3 words were bumblebee, yellow, envelope. BYE, bye.